Yeah, I think the weather overall has been pretty crazy, even for my standards, living in Springfield, St. Louis, and now Kansas City all my life. It's been pretty wild, but they're dealing with it fine. They're all professionals, and they know they're here to do a job, and they can't really worry about the outside stuff. So, good group of guys, and I think they've incorporated well into our team.
Usually we have people that hold umbrellas for them as they come out. So during all warm-up, we have South American guys under umbrellas, and they have their own misters during breaks. And we don't really think it's fair, but apparently it was written into their contract, so it's only so much we can do.
I think it'd be great. Obviously, the tradition is there in St. Louis, and I just think it's a matter of time before they really deserve a team. I think it'd be great for the Kansas City-St. Louis matchup. People could drive 2.5, 3 hours and get there and be a great game. I just hope it happens sooner than later.
Oh, wow. It's a great question. I celebrated my first Father's Day by enjoying some dinner and some dessert, my favorite dessert, which is pudding that my wife made that was supposedly made by my 1-year-old daughter. And I got a cool little daddy book that I can read to her. So it was pretty cool. And my cat came over and gave me a rub. How it's changed me as a person, being a dad? Well, I've learned that some of the tools I've used in helping out the young guys, as I've been an older, grizzled veteran, have helped me as a parent. And so I'm trying to use those tools as being a good leader to being a good dad. It doesn't always work, but I'm doing the best I can. Yeah, I definitely see that, what it seems is that a lot of younger girls are wearing more and more revealing stuff. So I don't know how big of a fan I am of that trend. I want to make sure that she's, buttoned up all the way up to her neck and wearing long pants or whatever it may be for as long as possible. Obviously the internet's going to be a whole different kind of beast by the time she's able to get on it. So that's kind of scary, and I'm not a big fan of that To Catch a Predator show. It just puts really, really bad thoughts in my mind. And anytime there's any scantily clad women around, I'm just not a big fan of that. I just want my little girl to be my little girl, and that's it.
I'd probably have to say Liverpool. One of my club coaches back in the day, that was kind of his club, and I've kind of stuck with them over the years. So I think that'd be obviously the EPL, probably the best league in the world, and it'd be quite an honor to play for them.
A Kansas City Wizards.
All right, Kansas City doesn't exist.
Okay, Kansas City doesn't exist. That's a great question. I think I'd like to play in Spain. I think there's something about La Liga. They don't really get the attention that maybe some of the top leagues get, but I think they're pretty deep. I think it'd be fun to play for a team like Villarreal, somewhere right in the middle. Valencia would be fun, where they're always competing against the big teams. I don't know if I'd want to be on one of the big teams. I think it'd be fun to knock those guys off the pedestal and become a champion. So I don't know. Maybe I can ask Josie Altidore how it feels to be on Villarreal, but I think it'd just be fun to be a part of that league. I think their fans are passionate. Obviously the climate's very, very good, and I just like the way that league plays.
Not really. I'm not too superstitious, so I don't really get into that. I guess on game days I do eat like my own little meal about 12:30, and then I just barely I eat something real light before the game. But our pregame meal with the whole team's usually about 4 hours before, and that's just a little early for me, so I just have a little something then.
They're more like habits now than rituals. I think I try to eat every 3 hours, so like 9, 12, and 3 for a 7 o'clock game. I tie my left shoe before my right, and I do, some crazy yoga / posture / Pilates exercises to, get me in the mood. And, I'm pretty open-minded to whatever I think will help me.
Well, right now, in terms of our handicaps, Andrew Kartunen is the best golfer, but I'd have to say I'm probably the most improved over the last couple of years since I just started playing. So my athletic prowess is really coming through.
What's your scoring average right now?
I'm a 16 handicap, so getting a little bit better. My wife and I, we bought a house a 1.5 years ago in Overland Park, so I'd have to say one of our favorite places is Bonefish Grill. I'm sure a lot of people have tried it. one of our favorites. She's a big fish fan, so it's real good.
I was a little disappointed when Baja Fresh went out of business here. There was 5 of them open, and the wife and I were big fans. It was a California establishment, and so that was disappointing. So I would say Baja Fresh. I like Mexican food a lot, so any Mexican food joint is pretty much high up on my list. I'm trying to think where we go a lot. We actually go to Brookside Market quite a bit just to get our fresh fruit, and they have nice meals and sandwiches. We go there and do a lot of shopping. Where else do we go? That's a good question. I mean, we really enjoy going to Power and Light District. You know, we've gone out there a few times and seen some shows, or just been around when the stuff's going on in that little quad area. So, you know, we're game for whatever. But I think our favorite restaurant, we've only been there twice, is the American downtown.
Have to say Tiger Woods. I think golf would be pretty much the life, you know, going out and just stroking it for 3 or 4 hours a day. And obviously the traveling would get a little tiring, but I think any professional athlete's going to have to deal with that. So I think professional golfer would be the one.
It'd be Magic Johnson, Los Angeles Lakers. Not for his off-the-court stuff.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's probably got the best drugs available, you know, to fight his disease. But you know, he's got a lot of off-the-court antics that that's not really what I'm referring to. But I did like, you know, his smuggling plums shorts that he wore for the Lakers, and yeah, I mean, just anything with purple and gold. I'm not a big Kobe Bryant fan. Yeah, I support him, of course, because we just got hammered in the championship. But you know, so yeah. Though, you know, I did meet Michael Cooper on my 16th birthday in Magic Mountain. That was pretty sweet. I always liked Koopa Loop. So really, any of the Lakers back in the '80s, Byron Scott. But Magic was the man, you know, dictated the flow and pulled the strings. Magic Johnson.
Most underrated. Yeah, that's tough. You know, we have a good mix of guys. I think someone that really is a great player and is kind of waiting for his chance is Eric Kronberg, who is one of our backup goalies, and he's shown in the few games he's gotten that obviously it's tough when you have a great pro and an unbelievable player in Kevin Hartman ahead of you. But he's someone that I think once he gets his chance, he's really gonna shine in this league.
Good question. I'm probably gonna say underrated. Probably gonna say Aaron Holbein. I think Aaron is a very solid defender. I think Tyson as well. Tyson Wall is another guy. I think both those guys, I get to play next to them, so I get to see them intimately. Get to see their decision making. I think they both have the makings of being good players in this league for a very long time. Yeah, during like phase 1 of the whole process, they asked for some input from us just to kind of help out with some of the cool stadiums that we've seen along the way. I think it was me and Dave Vanderberg and Carey and guys that have played for the national team that have kind of been around and seen some stadiums around the world. And we gave some input, and I think they've applied, you know, some of the little subtleties that, you know, none of the fans will see, but some of the stuff that's going to make it pretty cool for the players. And, you know, just how can you walk up onto the field and just little different things that will make it more of a gladiator experience. And when we come out, it's really going to make it a difference like some of the stadiums you see over in Europe. I've seen the plans. They look great. I'm really excited. I think I can't wait for them to break ground, and I just hope to be a part of the whole thing.